All right, I'm here because I want to document my journey with my first business. So, I'm starting a business, and it's the first time in my life I ever start a business. For my whole life, I was very anti business and anti entrepreneurship. The way I was raised and everything I saw around me, I just grew up with the idea that entrepreneurship is bad and business is bad and business people are greedy. So, for the forever, my whole life, I was anti-entrepreneur stuff and against business and against trying to do something that can make you wealthy and stuff. So now, pretty late in life, you can say, I'm starting my first business at 29 years old. I think it's pretty late, but, or I don't know, I don't think there's a deadline for this. But anyway, I want to document the process and I will be every week, that's the goal, just sharing whatever the hell has been happening. So the business is for ghostwriting. I started writing a year ago, a year and a half ago. I'm still doing it, but I was getting nowhere with this blog thing. I was just writing for nothing, for posting into nothingness. And then I started thinking, okay, this writing is great, and but what's the point? Like I love writing, and I will continue to write, but where am I going with this? And that's when I realized that ghostwriting is a great path. Not only because it'll help me learn what are the ins and outs of, offering a service that can grow somebody else's presence online and business online. Not only what I learn the ins and outs of that, but I would also learn about positioning and about how to grow an audience through social media or whatever. Everything that has to do with ghostwriting, these things would inevitably translate into my own business or into my own blog and newsletter and stuff. So I thought, well, I could do and learn these things and apply them to my business, but to my writing and my newsletter. But wouldn't it be better if, I learned the thing? And, the best way to learn is actually doing the thing. And I thought, well, what's the best way to do the thing? And I thought I should learn the basics and create a package of sorts and start providing the services to other people. That's the idea. And as I learn about the basics of positioning and of a packet and of reaching out to potential clients, all those things, once I start getting clients, then I will start making money. And I guess the point of all this, it isn't really about the money, though of course it's about the money, because I want to make much more money than what I make with my freaking day job. I don't want to be a medical interpreter forever. No, I love writing. So what better way to, spend the rest of this year and next year? What better way than to learn about how you could make money off of something I love, which is writing. Anyway, long introduction, but I think that the best way I will learn and acquire the skills and the experience so that I could later apply those lessons into my own writing, the best way to do that is by having real consequences, getting clients and dealing with real people, real deadlines, real consequences if you don't deliver. Yeah, just uh, I need to get in the arena so that I could get beat up in the arena but learn much faster than I will by just being on the sidelines and, taking notes and learning, whatever the hell. But at the end of the day, it's just theory. And the theory only comes alive or is completely, thrown out the window once you're actually in the arena doing the thing, right? So, anyway, so this was the first week, week one. On November 18th or 17th of this year, 2025, I joined the Nicholas Cole and Dickie Bush's Build Your Way to Wealth 3-day challenge. It was great. I spent 99 bucks, which isn't much, but given the fact I live in Mexico and I earn in Mexican pesos, then, it's still not that much, but it's something. It's like, in terms of minimum wage, that's like a full week salary around there. little less, little more. I'm not even sure, but it's a week's salary. So, it's not nothing. So it was 99 bucks. And honestly, I'm freaking glad I did it. I was very skeptical. I thought they were just trying to come up with a quick way to earn a bunch of money before the end of the year. And so they just came up with that challenge on a whim just to get money off of people. I'm not saying it's a scam. I don't think they're scammers at all, but they're really freaking good at making money. And I thought it wouldn't be worth it. Maybe. I was a little worried that, I wouldn't get that much out of it. But honestly, as they promised, they over delivered and it was great. I guess I can say I got the whole roadmap to building a ghostwriting business. Just a quick overview of the whole thing. And I kept the resources, I have everything, I have the recording, so it's just a matter of me freaking sitting down, studying the content and doing the homework and just getting my hands dirty. So yeah, I did that like 2 weeks ago. So that's the first thing I've done in relation to starting this business. The other thing I did is I had a call after the challenge so that I could join their high ticket, super mega high ticket program, which is Premium Ghostwriting Academy. And I just joined the call because I was gonna get free resources if I did. If I'm honest, I only did it because of that. But I knew I was not gonna at all join PGA because it's just you might as well take my kidney. I don't think I even make that in a year. What the thing costs almost 7K dollars. Holy fuck, $6,800. Again, I don't think I make that in a year in Mexico, which is unfortunate, but that's the way it is. So I knew I wasn't gonna join. I just wanted the freebies that came with having a call like that. But it turns out that I could get a nice payment plan over the course of 2 years and pay like 300 bucks a month for 2 years, almost 2 years. Honestly, I was tempted because I'm like, well, I think I could, if I work really hard on my day job, get extra hours. I'll be really short on everything else, but I'll still have food in the fridge. I'll still pay my rent. And I was this really close to doing it, but I didn't. But I was really close because it's doable. It would be a really difficult 2 years, but that is assuming that everything will remain the same. But say that it would have paid off 6 months into the program or 6 months after having joined PGA, I'm sure it would have paid off because I really fucking want this. But it's too risky. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know if I'll struggle with it so much. What if I don't know. There's just so many what ifs. And so I told the guy I was going to do it, but I waited a week before making the decision and I chose not to do it because it's crazy. It's crazy. More than 1/3 of my monthly income would have gone to that for 2 years. I don't think that's smart. I think that's dangerously risky. So what I did instead, there's this Black Friday sale that Justin Welsh has going on. And honestly, a steal. You get his main course, that's like 800 and something dollars, a lot. And his other courses about LinkedIn and about his operating system for content creation. You got those three things that is like 1,000 plus at the regular price. I got them at 300 bucks. That's a lot, especially in pesos, but well, I think I got a great deal. Because basically what I'm going to be learning in these courses that I bought, it's basically ghostwriting. Because the things that I'm going to learn there are exactly the kind of services that I wouldn't be providing as a ghostwriter, right? Which is social media ghostwriting, short form content, or long form content like newsletters, or maybe even I'm sure that's applicable to other things like YouTube scripts, education email courses, that too. You know, these things that I'm going to learn in the Justin Welsh thing, it's basically ghostwriting because I'll learn those things and then I'll position myself using what I learn on the courses and applying what I've learned on the courses to, not only to myself and to my own brand and whatever, but it'll be basically it's going to be the service I'm going to provide anyway. So I passed on PGA and instead I chose the Justin Welsh, great discount, and I got those three courses for $300, and I think that was a smart move. And I trust the guy. He's like one of the authorities out there in this space. So, I've known about him for a long time. I trust that this was a good move. Only if I actually do the courses and, apply what I learned. And why wouldn't I? That's the plan. So that's what I did. I passed on PGA. I got the Justin Welsh courses, and that's it. So that's what I did this week. Also I've been optimizing my Substack profile using free resources about Substack, like the Build, Grow, Scale guys, the girl and the guys that have their Build, Grow, Scale thingy. They have a free resource for basics on your Substack profile and all that. So I did that. What else? And there are other free resources related to writing newsletters and for Substack, like what's this the guy's name? Taylor Simmons. He's got some great free stuff as well for Substack, so I've been also using that. And I've also been experimenting with AI to write better notes or just write notes in general because I'm not doing that. And I know I should be doing that, but I've been experimenting with AI. So that's basically what I've done this week. My first week of starting this business. I am terrified. I have no idea what I'm doing. It's been the hardest year of my adult life, the loneliest and the most uncertain and even the saddest in a way. And in a way, this business is a way to keep my mind off of the struggles that I've had this year. And not only that, but it's also the thing that's helping me have something to look forward to with excitement and with joy and have a reason to be excited to wake up in the morning. It sounds like I've been depressed. I have not been depressed at all. But this whole business thing has really kept my mind busy and working and away from just thinking about the difficulties I've had this year. So beyond this being my first business, it's also been kind of like you can say a bit of a lifesaver that I've held on to in these crazy waters that have drowned me a little bit throughout this year. Um, but yeah, this whole business thing has been a bit of a lifesaver that has kept me afloat this past month. And yeah, I'm excited. And well, we'll see where this goes. And also, these videos are a way to keep myself accountable. This isn't just some entrepreneurship high. I wouldn't know because I've never been entrepreneurial. But maybe there's such a thing as entrepreneurial high, where you get high on a business idea, get shiny object syndrome, and then you get obsessed a little bit, but then it dies down, and then you get excited about some other thing, and now you want to start a business or some other thing. I've heard that that's a thing that happens, but never experienced it firsthand. So, you know, anyway, that's it. I hope this isn't my first entrepreneurial high. I don't think so. I love writing and I see this as my future, at least for the next 10 years. I want this thing to consume me. And yeah, I love writing. And yeah, I want to be a ghostwriter. So was week one. That's what I've done. Yeah, I'll leave it there. And stay tuned for week number 2 of my entrepreneurial journey. Peace.